Welcome back to another video. Today we are working on Molly, the blue Turbo Miata here. We are going to be installing / wiring up an awesome thing, something that I've been wanting for a really long time. This right here is what has been preventing me from doing this all this time. This is a variable throttle position sensor. This car doesn't have a variable throttle position sensor. This car just has a throttle position sensor that tells the ECU if, well, never mind. The point is that I need a variable throttle position sensor to wire up launch control and Flatfoot shifting. So, once we install this variable throttle position, VTPS, then we can go ahead and turn on launch control on the aftermarket ECU, and then we can have launch control, Flatfoot shifting. So it's gonna be awesome because flames and cool noises, plus faster acceleration, better launches, better 0 to 60 times, better shifting with the Flatfoot shifting. For those of you who don't know what launch control is, it's pretty much a system that holds the RPMs at a desired RPM for you to launch at. Flatfoot shifting allows you to stay on throttle while shifting, while having the clutch in, without bouncing off the limiter. The benefit of having Flatfoot shifting and being able to stay on throttle during the shifts is that there's a lot less spool time. Once you get into the next gear, the turbo spools faster because your throttle body never closes, so there's always air. If you guys want more information, go check out the Car Passion channel. Greg, who is my friend, is a very smart Miata guy, and he's the one who's been helping me figure all this out. So he's got a couple of videos on his YouTube channel going a lot more in depth in all of this. All right, I should stop talking. Let's go ahead and install this throttle position sensor. Ooh boy, it's warm in here. Yeah, buddy, she's warm. So we're swapping out this guy for this guy. Oh, shoot. That just fell very long distance into the unknowns of my engine bay. One thing I've discovered about doing an engine swap with the drift truck is that the #1 expense of doing an engine swap is losing your damn tools. Since, you know, there's just stuff everywhere. There's parts and tools everywhere. Literally, my entire toolbox is empty. This is all the tools I have left. Where'd they all go? I'm so confused. Oh, there's some. There's some. God damn it. Oh, is this the 8 mil? Nah, this is 10 mil. I have to like go make a tool run because literally all my tools are scattered everywhere. If you guys want to help support the channel, help me get new tools. Oh, nope, no 8 mil. And maybe a new tripod. Oh, 8 mil? No, that's an 11 mil. If you want to help, you can go check out my Patreon. We are also going to be getting some new merch very soon. Air fresheners, a new air freshener pack, which will be cool. Ah! Aha! 8. Gotcha, boy. Watch it not be an 8 mil. Oh, it's not. It's a 6 mil. It was a 7 mil. Bada bing, bada boom. New throttle position sensor is in. I'm gonna go ahead and modify the throttle position cover from the stock throttle position sensor so it can fit over that throttle position sensor so we don't get dust all over it. Yay. So that was the easy part, unbolting the old TPS and bolting in the new VTPS. Now is the scary part of going to my ECU, opening it up, doing some soldering, some pin jumping, and then we have to wire in a clutch switch. So we're gonna use the top clutch switch. We're gonna wire that into the ECU using the options port. And then I also have a clutch switch override for the bottom clutch switch so I can turn the car on without having to have the clutch depressed. Before we do anything, we have to get to the ECU, which is down there. So unbolt some interior stuff. Boom. Peel that up and out of the way. port right there is the options port. That is where we are going to send the clutch switch signal to. Hey, there we go. So now we can open this guy right here. Ta-da. Each one of these little pins has the ability to do something special. As you can tell, there are two in here right now. I just added one for the clutch switch. The old one that actually has a wire going up in there is for our O2 sensor. So now all we have to do is connect this wire to our clutch switch, and we should have a clutch switch signal wire. You know, some wire going to the, well, yeah, let's just wire that in. The clutch switch is over there up in the dash, so I'm not gonna bother showing you guys that. I'm just gonna struggle for the next 20 minutes. I successfully found the clutch switch and cut off the plug for it. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is run this brown wire to the ECU and then ground the black wire. So we got some wires extended. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into the clutch switch, run the wires to the car, and then wire it up into the ECU. So the clutch switch is all wired in. As you can tell, the options port has been plugged in with the two wires in there now. The clutch switch is grounded right there, so that hopefully is all correct. There's a chance that I didn't do that right and we'll have to redo it, but we'll see. For now, it's time to open up the Mega Squirt. We have to open up the Mega Squirt because we have to change something internally to pretty much tell the Mega Squirt to actually search for a VTPS signal instead of just no VTPS signal. I already took the screws out, so this should just kind of pop open. Hey, there she is. So what we're looking for is, where is it? Where is it? Somewhere down here, right? Do you see the thing that says variable right there? You see those two pins that aren't connected? We have to connect that so it looks for a variable TPS signal. Now I just have to wait for Pasha to arrive with the jumper so we can connect those two pins. While I'm waiting, I went ahead and put the clutch safety switch. So pretty much now I can turn the car on without having to have the clutch depressed.
Got your tripod because I'm not going to use it.
Yay! Thanks, Pasha.
Got more.
So we're gonna go ahead, plug this in, and then hopefully we got VTPS. It's a little long, but it worked great. So hopefully that does the trick. Go ahead and put this back on before I break something. We're on this. We got the ECU plugged in. Let's go ahead and test, see if this works. Turn on accessory mode. Loading project, offline, not connected. You're connected though. What are you doing? Oh, I have to connect it to the computer, duh.
Yeah, I was like, what?
All right, this is a good sign. It looks like we got a throttle position. So it's at 4.5% when the throttle's closed. Obviously that's incorrect, so we have to calibrate it. So to calibrate the throttle position sensor, you go to Tools, Calibrate Throttle Position Sensor. All right, so you're off throttle, right? No throttle?
No throttle.
Okay, and then you click Get Current, and then do full throttle. All right, and then Get Current, and Accept. So 0 throttle, 0% full throttle, pretty much 100%. Sweet, full throttle. Hell yeah, all right, you're good. So the throttle position sensor is indeed working. Heck yeah. So now let's set up launch control and see if this works. Cool thing is, it's out of gear and I can turn it on. Alright, so it's definitely working. Yeah.
deaf now. I can't hear anything.
All right, one more and then I'll stop.
Oh my god. Don't do it at home. It hurts your ears. It hurts your neighbors. It hurts your reputation. This guy's happy though. It's too loud.
I'm gonna put the interior back together and then we're gonna go somewhere that's not my shop and do some testing. Can you guys tell how my day's been going so far? After about 4 hours of just testing literally everything, I figured out the problem and fixed it. The sad thing is that the problem was super obvious and I wasted a ton of time trying to figure it out. It turns out that the clutch switch that we were using to send a signal to the ECU to tell that the clutch was, engaged, it wasn't working. It was just dead. So I went to take the one out of the Rally Miata because I have 2 Miatas. That one was also dead. Thankfully, I was able to fix it with a pen spring. See, the little button doesn't spring back out. So you can take it apart and then replace the broken spring with a pen spring and it works great. So that's what fixed it. The worst part is that it's like 100 degrees outside and I've been in the footwell of this car, which is tiny and claustrophobic, and oh, it was miserable. Today, as I film this, it is the 4th of July. So it is literally the perfect day to test two-step because no one's gonna bat an eye at gunshot noises because everyone's launching fireworks because it's the 4th of July. If you're not from America, 4th of July is the holiday in which we celebrate our independence. We celebrate it by launching big explosives into the air. I've got my own little baby fireworks right here. Hell yeah. And also everyone is off work, so nobody is here. Everyone's just off doing whatever. Although there's actually a couple cars here, but let me go ahead and switch into my holiday attire. There we go, that's a little better. Freedom, bald eagles. The other really cool thing is that this actually fixed my transmission issue. Pretty much I was having trouble with the transmission shifting properly. I thought originally it was a clutch issue, then I replaced literally every clutch related thing like twice. I adjusted it as much as I could. So then I was like, all right, the transmission is probably on its way out. But it turns out the clutch switch on the top was threaded in too much, so it didn't allow the clutch pedal to come all the way up, which meant that I couldn't adjust it enough. So now it goes into gear much better and it works just so much better. So hell yeah, make sure it still works. Hell yeah. Flatfoot shifting is working as well. I tried flatfoot shifting there. Holy shit, that's awesome. Shall we? Faster. You can shift so quickly. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. As you can hear, I have it set so it doesn't shoot flames on the launch control, just because I don't want to damage anything. I totally roasted my clutch there. But it's so easy to drive now. It's ridiculous. It's not even fair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've lost power. That was strange. When you get into the next gear, boost is instant with flatfoot shifting. Oh my god, that's so good! I'm destroying my clutch, dude. Destroying it. shifting. Time for some flames. Well guys, I'm gonna be honest, words can't describe how happy I am. The launch control is working, the Flatfoot Shifting is working, and my clutch and transmission now feel brand new. I can't really put it into words, but the way it feels to be able to launch the car with launch control and then use Flatfoot Shifting, it's so quick, it's so easy, it feels so much faster. I'm pretty confident if we took it back to the drag strip, it would run low 13s now instead of high 13s. If you guys want more clips of the launch control, the Flatfoot Shifting, more flames, just let me know. I'm happy to make a short video of just flame montage. Either way guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Happy 4th of July to all those people in the United States. Hell yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys next time. So peace out and goodbye.